So when we do the composition of two functions, we're basically taking a number and putting it into a function, getting an answer, and then putting it into another function. Occasionally, we put the entire function into another function, but in this case, in this problem, we're actually just working backwards from the one. So the first thing we have here, let me make it a little bit bigger, is we have the u follows w of 1. Another way of writing this is u of w of 1. It means the same thing. Both of those are the same thing. And what we're going to do is work backwards to front, inside to out. So we're going to start with the 1, and we're going to plug it into the w. So you got to go find the w equation, and so the w of x equals the square root of x plus 8, and we are going to take 1 and plug it in instead of this x right here. Okay, I wrote this because that's what we're doing, but those are just words, those are just ways of saying y equals. So it's just new names for the function. So I'm going to actually solve this. I'm plugging in the 1. So 1 plus 8 is 9, and the square root of 9 is 3. And so the w of 1 is 3. So what I'm going to do now is take that number and plug it into the u function. And the u function says u of x equals x squared plus 7. And so I'm going to calculate the u of 3, which means I'm just going to plug the 3 in right there in the u function and then solve that. So 3 squared is 9 plus 7 is 16. So that's my final answer. The u of 3 is 16, and the 16 is the final answer for this whole first part like that. When I do the second one, I'm just going to do it in reverse. So I'm just going to calculate the u of 1, and then I'm going to plug that into the w. So you can stop watching now if you understand, or I will go ahead and show you that really quick. The u or w follows the u of 1. You can tell I like this notation better, but that is the same thing as saying w follows, that little dot means follows the u of 1. For some reason I like this, just seems to flow better like that, but it means the same thing. We're going to take the 1 and we're going to plug it into the u. So u of x is x squared plus 7. And so let's put that 1 right there and solve that. 1 squared is 1, and 1 plus 7 is 8. So the u of 1 is 8. So now I'm going to take that and I'm going to plug this 8 into the w function. So the w function is x squared, is the square root of x plus 8. And so I'm going to be taking the 8 and plug it in there. So we'll say that the w of 8 is the square root of 8 plus 8. 8 plus 8 is 16, and the square root of 16 is 4. And so my final answer, the w follows the u of 1, is 4. So notice they're different. This one goes in the order that it does. The 1 goes into w, and then the w goes into u, and you get 16. And this one, the 1 goes into the u first and then into the w, and the end answer is 4. So hope that helps.